Are you looking into breaking into the live music industry as a touring professional? Do you have questions about band politics? And are you a woman looking for the right way in and the right mentors? If you are, then this short clip is most definitely for you. What is happening, roadies? Thank you so much for coming back, tuning back in here to Roadie Free Radio. We've got another fantastic interview this week with tour manager from Amsterdam, Miss Lotje Horvers. Man, we had a great talk. In this short clip today, we talk about band politics, how they can work against being a woman on a tour bus if you're the only woman on the tour bus with a bunch of guys, and how some of the band girlfriends or wives may have a problem with that, how to circumvent that, and then, of course, just breaking in as a woman to the live touring industry and how best to do that, how to find some mentors and whatnot. If you enjoy what you watch here and you want to listen to the full episode with Lotje, I encourage you to hit that link in the description below. It will take you to the full interview. Again, we covered a lot of great stuff. She has a great perspective because, of course, she's in the Netherlands, so it's got that international flavor and feel, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on that she is offering as a mentor herself. She's a sound girl. She's out there. She's doing it. She provides a lot of resources, so you're going to want to check it out. Again, that link is in the description below. If you have not subscribed to the podcast, please go ahead and do so. As well, please consider hitting the like button on this video if you got something out of it. Leave me a comment below if you would, so I would know exactly what you got out of it and what your experience on the road has been. Hit the subscribe button so you know when the next video comes out, and you're always in the know, because that's what a roadie is. They are someone who is always in the know. So with all of that out of the way, I want to thank you again for swinging by. Here we go with Miss Lotje Horvers.
Call yourself a roadie?
You mentioned that you did this world tour, I think it was 2016, and you know, you got very clear with yourself at that point when that was done that you wanted to sort of lead a different kind of life, a different lifestyle, still tour, still make that happen, but take care of yourself. When was the point, probably just before that, maybe it was that world tour, where you finally felt like, hey, I'm doing it. Like, I made this work. Sort of like you did as that 16-year-old girl saying, I pulled this thing off. Is there a point where you like looked at the career now as sort of a whole and said, oh man, I made this happen?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely several points that felt like, you know, career milestones. My first tour on a bus was amazing. That was with OK Go in 2000, I think 4. And I was like, I'm on a tour. Like, I don't have to drive anymore. It's amazing. You just go to bed after work, and then you wake up and you're already there.
Yeah.
And then in 2008, I was hired on my first world tour. And that was a big one, just getting out of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. And also the point where I started working for bands that people knew them, you know, and you know, when you meet people, they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm a tour manager. Oh, cool. Who do you work for? And then you'd say the names are like blank, just like, yeah, I never heard of them. Like, okay, like, cool. Did you think I was going to say like Beyonce or something? Right, but yeah, no, right. Like over the years, obviously the bands I work with have become bigger, and more often I now get the, oh my God, I love that band. It's so awesome that you work for them. And that, I don't know, that feels pretty good too.
I bet it does. Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah.
And when you've been traveling, or as you started traveling outside of the country and whatnot, and you got exposed to, because obviously you were doing festivals, I'm sure, along the way and that sort of thing, and, you know, had opening acts. And so you're meeting different crew personnel as well. Were there things that you started seeing people doing, or, you know, do you start taking note and taking notice of other people and like, oh, that's a pretty good, I should try that, or, you know, whoa, how'd they pull that off? And you know what I mean? Like, and were there people like that you gravitated toward?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, in school, we didn't really learn anything about touring, or we didn't get any sample budgets or day sheets or anything. And it's definitely long before Master Tour existed. So yeah, so as you cross paths with other tour managers and you kind of see their day sheet, I like take a photo of their day sheet and then like try to copy it in my own Excel on my laptop, or yeah, just ask them like, oh, that looks like a good spreadsheet. Can you email that to me? And then just start using that for your own budgets. Yeah, for sure. And I remember there was one tour manager that I saw working, and he was just so calm and composed. And I asked him like, wow, I really just loved your whole energy. How do you do it? And he's like, oh, my head is exploding, but I'm really trying to maintain this calm demeanor for the artist's sake, just to keep them as relaxed as possible. So I try to do the same, to various levels of success, I must add. But
Sure.
I think I'm pretty decent at keeping calm as much as possible.
Yeah. And what about women on the road? When did you start seeing other women perhaps that were doing what you were doing and you thought, all right, and so out of that, then did you develop any mentors?
My mentors, no, because I didn't really meet many women who were tour managing for a super long time. I had one girl that I met in my early 20s who was a lighting designer or a lighting director. And she was kind of the only woman, and we'd cross paths sometimes, but she was like a very just ferocious woman, and she was always on metal tours, and we weren't really like we got on, but she definitely wasn't a mentor to me. And then I remember on that first world tour that I did was with M83 in 2008, and we opened for Depeche Mode for a whole run, and I walked into our dressing room, and it was adjacent to this office where there was two women working, and I just went in to introduce myself, and they were both like, oh my god, I'm so happy there's another girl on the tour. And those two are still really good friends of mine to this day. And they both also got very far. They're doing really well in their careers. And yeah, but it was so rare, especially then, to come across other women, and
Sure.
I'm just seeing it more and more now, and I'm definitely doing all that I can to promote that, because I think there's a lot of women that want to, but don't know how to, and I think that in some places there's a culture where it's not very welcoming, and so maybe women are being demotivated to pursue a career in touring sometimes. But I'm seeing a big change in that, and that's something that has been discussed at length online during COVID as well.
I'm sure. Did you face a lot of that as you were coming up?
Oh, not a lot. I mean, on my first tour, I was told by one of my colleague, the backline tech on the tour, who was a bit older than me. He's like this big guy, and he's just like, "You're just not enough of an asshole to be a tour manager. You're just too kind." And I was like, "Shit, do I have to be an asshole to be a tour manager?" I'm like, fuck it, no, this is what I want, and I'm sure that I can do this. And so yeah.
But was he saying that you're too nice because you're a woman and you wouldn't be able to do it, or you're just a nice person? Because I'm sure there's nice guys. I'm sure there's nice guys who,
Yeah, but I don't know if he would have said it to a guy. I don't know.
Right.
But maybe, and yeah, I am nice, but I think that you can be nice and you can still be a good tour manager. I don't think you need to be a bully to get your way. Yeah. And when it when push comes to shove, then I can be. I don't think. You know what? I think even when I'm making a point, I'm not necessarily an asshole, but I can, because I mean, I know how it's meant to be done, and
right.
Yeah.
So, in your efforts,
sorry.
Yes.
There is one other thing that I wanted to add. Of course. One thing that I have come across a lot in my career is I would be up for a tour, someone would put me forward for it, and then I was in touch with management, and then they would finally say, oh, the band don't want to bring any women on tour for whatever reason. A common reason would be one of their girlfriends has a problem with like trust issues, that they don't want to have any other women on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a frequent issue that I came across, and that I felt really like not taken seriously. And I also kind of undermined, and if that was true, I feel like it's such a shitty move for a woman to take a job from another woman, just because you can't trust your partner. That's a relationship issue that you're having that shouldn't be taken out of someone. Yeah.
There you go, guys. Don't forget, sign up to be part of the mailing list over at roadiefreeradio.com. It is the best way for me to stay in touch with you and for you to know about everything going on here at Roadie Free Radio. As well, if you want to listen to that full episode, don't forget, hit that link in the description below. Like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, do all the things you're supposed to do. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe out there, and I will see you down the road.